Hello everyone, back to today's second video. So we're going to have a look at weather next 10 to 14 days for today's second video. Day 10 is going to take us around the 18th of October. We'll be able to extend out beyond that. We extend GFS and ECM ensembles may run to around a couple of weeks. I'm going to CFSB2 at the end of video for the next 4 weeks. That'll take us into the beginning of November. We've normally shown you the Beijing climate percentage on a Thursday, but the charts haven't updated there since last week. So we've got CFS for you today. And I shall get on that for you very shortly. Just say that the first video released today was the European Outlook, so it was always on a Thursday. Have a detailed look at weather for the next week, 10 days across Europe. So check that out. It's a YouTube exclusive, so check it out and see what the European Outlook is showing. We're going to be having a blog update coming up at GavsWeatherVids.com tonight around 7 o'clock. That's going to be looking at the ECM seasonal model. Very, very interesting that's going to be. That updated yesterday, and the charts going into the winter with the ECM do look quite interesting, I have to say. So you'll be able to have a read of that and have a look at those charts on the blog at GavsWeatherVids.com tonight around 7 o'clock. Okay, so if you want to do anything else, I'm going to say a big thank you to our latest channel members. So we've been picking up lots of channel members. I think we're up to 46 channel members now for GavsWeatherVids. It's absolutely incredible. It's amazing. But picked up so many channel members. So I'm going to say a big thank you to channel member Reading Lad. Thank you so much to channel member Reading Lad. It's absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for doing that. If you'd like to become a channel member for GavsWeatherVids, all you need to do is come to the GavsWeatherVids YouTube homepage, click the join button, it'll take you through to another page where you can see what benefits you get for becoming a channel member. You can sign up on that page as well. We are on our way up towards 50 channel members. It's amazing. We started doing this, I think it was around May, was it? April, May time, probably May. So it's been less than 6 months, and we're on our way up to 50 channel members. It's incredible. The support you give to me is absolutely amazing. So thank you so much to all of GavsWeatherVids channel members. Of course, special thank you to Reading Lad. There's also Patreon and PayPal as well. I'm going to shout out a PayPal donor tomorrow, so that'll be coming up tomorrow. I've got another channel member to shout out on Saturday, actually. So it really is amazing the support you give to me and to GavsWeatherVids. Thank you so much to each and every one of you. Of course, you can support GavsWeatherVids in other ways, by liking, by sharing, by subscribing as well. So by doing all of that good stuff, you're also supporting GavsWeatherVids. Thank you to each and every one of you for the support that you give to me and also to GavsWeatherVids as well. And of course, special thank you to Reading Lad. Thank you so much to Reading Lad for the support. Now, look at this. It's been sent through by Richard Trott, my good friend Richard. This is what I'm going to look like in around 30 years. This is me superimposed with Sir Alec Guinness. You know I love a little bit of Star Wars, so this is me, my face, superimposed with Obi-Wan Sir Alec Guinness. So what do you think about that? That's going to be me in around 30 years' time, I think. Because I've got a birthday coming up next week, of course. But 43 I'll be then, so I am getting old already. But, you know, when I'm about 70, that's probably how I'm going to look, or something. But thank you so much to Rich for sending that through. Nice little bit of fun there from Richard. Let me know in the comments what you think to that. Gav Kenobi, I suppose that is. Gav Kenobi. Let me know in the comments what you think. Right, let's get on. I'm going to start off in the Tropical Atlantic. So we've got Hurricane Delta. Got Hurricane Delta. What am I talking about? Hurricane. We've got Hurricane Delta just here in the Gulf of Mexico. So not actually in the Tropical Atlantic, we're in the Gulf of Mexico. That's moved up from the Caribbean and headed into the Gulf of Mexico. It's giving maximum sustained winds of 100 miles per hour with a minimum set pressure of 973 millibars, and it's moving northwestwards at 15 miles per hour. Clicking on Delta and going to warnings and coast static images, we can see that Hurricane Delta is forecast to become a major hurricane again, because it was a major hurricane like a couple of days ago, and it's forecast to become a major hurricane again by tomorrow morning. This is 1 a.m. Friday, up to major hurricane status then. carries on moving northwards, and by sort of midday on Friday, it's slamming into the Gulf Coast, somewhere between around Texas and Mississippi, with a central projection, but it's going to slam in on the Louisiana coast, and going to be pretty, pretty serious, pretty significant. Then doing that, going to carry on moving northwards. Going to move north into inland parts of the southern United States, and will weaken as it does so. By Sunday, it's down to a post-tropical depression. Now, let's see how strong this is going to get. We know it is going to reach major hurricane status, which is category 3. Let's have a look at the discussion page and see what the wind gust forecast to reach. So at the moment, the maximum wind gust with this is being forecast to reach 115 miles per hour. That does get it to category 3 hurricane status. I guess it to category 3 hurricane status, and then moving back down to 105, 65, 35, 25. So yeah, it's going to be a very, very significant storm. This category 3, major category 3 hurricane Delta is going to be moving towards the Gulf Coast of the United States on Friday, over today and into tomorrow. One point, this is forecast to reach landfall as a category 4 hurricane with maximum sustained winds above 130 miles per hour. So this has weakened a little bit. Not being forecast to be quite as strong as it was, but nevertheless, maximum sustained of 115 miles per hour. You can imagine there's going to be gusts going up to around probably 140 miles per hour with that. So it's going to be pretty devastating as this system moves from the Gulf of Mexico and onto the Gulf Coast of the United States. If everybody is watching from that area, then please do take care and heed the warnings and advice from your national hurricane center and NOAA, and also from your local authorities as well. Right, so it's our central temperature is looking provisional up to the 7th, because we're now nearly a week in. We're now a week in today to October. This is provisional up to the 7th, standing at 11.7 now, an anomaly of half a degree below average. So it's still a little bit below average, even though we've had a few milder days and a few milder nights. Actually, we're still a little bit below average. And this is going to probably fall away again as we go from like tomorrow and through the weekend, because we're in for quite a cool weekend with northerly winds. So I expect this probably to be down into the upper 10s maybe by the early part of next week. I think it's conceivable that this might be under 11 degrees by the early part of next week. But even with like the slightly milder days that we've had over the past 2 or 3 days and milder nights, we're still a little bit below average for October. For the first week. These are the 500 millibar height anomaly flow charts for Penn State University for the next week to 10 days, with the ECMWF on the top and the GFS on the bottom. So 500 millibars is an area in the absolute high pressure, low pressure are being moved around by the jet stream running above. Red X represents high pressure, blue low pressure. You can see that with the ECM we've got this area of above average heights sitting over and to the northern country, extending back into the Arctic and over to Greenland as well, so proper northern blocking with a trough of below average heights to our south. That's going to be bringing in the wind from the east, and of course easy winds is going to get us to like the 18th of October, day 10. So easy winds in the second half of October are not going to be overly warm. I mean, they might not be all that cold, but they're certainly not going to be overly warm, and so we can say that I think quite cool conditions will continue with that, with real, genuine, and actually quite extreme levels of northern blocking. What's this one? This is GFS. So GFS looks like this. So further northwards with that trough of low pressure, it's more unsettled with the GFS. Trough of low pressure being settled more or less over top of the country. We have also got a mid-Atlantic ridge and we've got some northern blocking as well. Deep troughing over states, jet stream and flow doing something a little bit like that. So that's a little bit more westerly. It's probably not quite as cool with the GFS, but it's probably more unsettled with more in the way of rain coming through there. Right, let's just give a quick refresh on this. These are the GFS upper temperature and precipitation ensembles for the next couple of weeks. Looking at Newcastle upon Tyne today. Looking at Newcastle upon Tyne. So red line is a 30-year upper air temperature average for Newcastle. You can see that for the next week to 10 days, generally solidly below average. There's a slight tick up there, sometime around the 12th and 13th, but it's associated with an area of low pressure. Generally, the next week to 10 days, up to the middle of October, is cooler than average, and quite significantly so, actually. So this is the reason that I'm anticipating that CT is going to start falling away again. We'll probably be under 11 degrees by the early part of next week. Now, as we go into the third week of October, this period just here, you can see that then we've got the upper air temperature beginning to lift up. There's a lot of scatter in there, but I think the third week of October is still shaping up to be slightly milder. So there's always been this idea at play that the third week of October, from like the 15th to the 22nd, something like that, or 15th, 23rd, somewhere in that time, we've always been anticipating a milder spell of weather, and we still see the evidence of that. There is a lot of scatter in there, though, so we do have these cold outlier members just here, but I think the broad thrust of the ensemble is probably to turn things milder through the third week of October. Precipitation wise for Newcastle, not too much in the way of rain coming up actually through the rest of this week and into weekend. Next week starts to go more and south again. This third week of October also could be looking quite wet. I can show the extent. Now, we did a live stream last night. I wanted to show you that we're now getting GFS ensemble extending out to 4 weeks. It all went a bit wrong, though. It all sort of fell apart on the live stream, because these things happen on the live stream, especially mine. But so this is what I wanted to show you in the live stream yesterday. This is like the extended 4-weekly upper air temperature and rainfall graph from the ECL ensembles. What do you think to that? Let me know in the comments what you think. I think it's very difficult to make out what's going on, really, to be honest. So we've got the dates on the bottom of the chart. This is going now, of course, 4 weeks normally. It's going now to like the second week of November. So I mean, we start off with the signal we've got at the moment. So this is the cool weather that's coming up over the next week to 10 days. But after that, we've just like a massive spaghetti, really. It's quite difficult to make things out. We have got the ensemble mean here, which is the white line, which is generally trending under average. Underneath the red line, which of course is the 30-year upper air temperature average. So I suppose we can say it's probably a signal for things to be quite cool, certainly into the second half of October, cooler than average. But I mean, there's so much scatter now with that. So some of these ensemble members, this one just here, for example, goes down, this is like at the end of October, goes down to minus 10 at 850 HPA. But conversely, we've got like this one up here that's going up to around plus 15 at 850 HPA. So I'm not sure how much value this has. I mean, it's very interesting to be able to do it, to be able to extend the GFS ensembles out to a month. But I'm not entirely certain how much, how much use these are when there's going to be so much scatter the further out you go. It'd be interesting to keep an eye on it, though. It'd be interesting to see how these trend over time. Something very, very new and very different. So time will tell. Rainfall-wise, it does look as though the rest of October is going to be pretty wet. Bear in mind, there are 30 members of the GFS ensembles here. So again, although a lot of these ensemble members are very wet, not all of them would be. So precipitation-wise, maybe a little bit more useful in signalling, like certainly up to last stage of October, looking very wet in this period just here. Maybe a little bit drier, I would think, early November. I think that could look a little bit drier. But again, let me know in the comments what you think to this. Let me know what you think. I think I'll probably be concentrating primarily still with the GFS upper air temperature and rainfall samples on the next 2 weeks, on the 2-week ensembles. But sometimes we will probably have a look at the extended 4-week clears as well. But let me know in the comments what you want to see and just generally what you think. Now, I was supposed to be showing you that in the live stream, getting some feedback in the live stream last night, but it all went a little bit awry because we was live and these things happen. happen on live stream. So let me know what you think. Right, temperature anomalies from the 8th to 16th of October. Going to be a little bit cooler around, not just the UK, but through many western parts of Europe as well. Rainfall anomalies from the 8th to 16th of October. Generally going to be a little bit on the drier than average side. Maybe surprisingly so, given the ensembles we're just looking at. But bear in mind, like for Newcastle, in the next couple of weeks, it didn't look overly wet, really, did it? Right, this rainfall nose up. This is the wind blow map from Earth Null. I'm running a little bit late, so I'm going to rattle through. This is the latest wind flow map from earthnullschool.net, showing low pressure is in control and bringing westerlies. Let's pull this around and head to the Gulf of Mexico so you can have a look at Delta. There it is. That is Hurricane Delta right in the middle now of the Gulf of Mexico. If we zoom in, see, but although this has weakened from where it was a couple of days ago, this is still a very, very, very impactful storm indeed. And of course, there's the Gold Coast that this storm is heading towards. So take care. Heed the warnings and the advice on the Gulf Coast of the United States tomorrow when Delta makes landfall. It shows that eye absolutely fantastically well, doesn't it? The eye of the hurricane just there. Right, this is how the UK Met is looking for Sunday. We're in a northerly wind on Sunday, cool and showery on Sunday. Into Monday, a trough of low pressure will drop in from the northwest. That will bring showers, if not some longer spells of rain. That low pressure clears away into the north on Tuesday. We turn back into the north again, so quite cool through the early part of next week. And then, as far as we go for UK Met, is to Wednesday, 14th of October, when we've got high pressure to our northwest, low pressure to our south-southeast. We're bringing in a pretty chilly easty wind. That is a blocking area of high pressure, by the way, but it's drawing in those winds from the east. This is the GFS 6Z. Again, northerly winds on Sunday, cool and showery over weekend. Then a trough of low pressure drops in from the west to northwest on Monday, bringing showery areas of rain. That low pressure clears away to the east on Tuesday, turns wind back into the north again. Wednesday, slightly drier, quieter day, and then low pressure coming back in from off the Atlantic through the second half of next week. Actually looking a little bit wet and windy there through the second half of next week. Into the weekend of 17th, 18th of October. Again, low pressure is dominating the weather, bringing further showers, if not longer spells of rain. That's how it looks as we get to day 10, which is sunny 18th of October. Jumping to pull up some slightly milder air from the south then. So I've done a bit milder on the 18th of October from the south. But notice high pressure away to our north and west in the North Atlantic and trying to move up towards Greenland. Look what happens in more extended range. You start to pull in some colder winds from the north to northeast there on the 19th of October. And eventually we start to draw down really quite a cold northerly with 6Z. GFS is Thursday 22nd. Again, proper northerly winds being brought down across the country following isobars back. The air originates from a long way north and moves southwards. So GFS 6Z is pulling in cold northerly winds. That's how we're going to get to the end of the GFS 6Z, which is Saturday 24th of October. Jumping to top of the ridge a little bit and starting to push some milder wet weather in from off the Atlantic. But if we could go on any further, which at the moment we can't, but for 2 minutes longer we may be able to, if we could go on any further, we'll probably see this low pressure diving southeastwards. The ridge will pull back up northwest, and we'll probably pull down another northerly into the last week of October. Remember, we are looking to the last week of October for quite a cold snap. Always have been, and we still are. It's how the GEM is looking for Sunday. Northerly winds, again, being cool and showery conditions on Sunday. Quite unsettled Monday to Tuesday with a trough of low pressure bringing bouts of rain. Wednesday to Thursday to Friday, all looking quite unsettled, but eventually wind is shifting around to the south as we go into weekend 17th, 18th of October. So it is beginning to go milder, although with high pressure over Scandinavia, if we could go on any further than this, which we can't, this is day 10, we could go on any further than this, we will probably see the low pressure digging down here with jet stream, and the high pressure over Scandinavia will probably start to turn the winds into the east. That's speculation. And we've got the east side of again, cool, showery for Sunday. Low pressure drops in across the country Monday to Tuesday, brings some spells of rain Wednesday, we've got wind in from the east on Wednesday with high pressure to the north of Scotland, so easterly winds there. Thursday and Friday, blocking. Yes, we've got northern blocking here to our north with low pressure to our south and east. Jet stream is generally to our south as well, so on the cool side of the jet. And as yet today, 10, that's looking generally, it looks like high pressure is taking over to our east and north. So we've got high pressure to the north, high pressure to the east of Scandinavia. It looks like this ridge is taking over and will turn the winds into the east. We are also beginning to pull some quite cold air in, or some very cold air into the very far north and northwest of Russia around the back of that ridge. So we've got the high there, and around the back we are beginning to pull down some much colder air into the far north and northwest of Russia. With that, there's the upper air temperature showing that yes, we are beginning to get our first push of really quite cold air into northern and northwestern parts of Russia. Okay, this is a rainfall forecast based on that ECM run from Meteo.com. So we've got this band of rain clearing southeastwards today. I have to get out of the way. More rain coming in from the northwest through the course of tomorrow. And then over the weekend, just got showers or longer spells of rain coming and going, really. So showers, longer spells of rain coming and going over the weekend. Looking quite wet there through the early part of next week as well. So more rain from the open part of next week. Then going drier, but we're bringing in the wind from the east, so that brings showers onto the eastern side of the country, heading up towards day 10. Which of course is the 18th of October, generally turning a little bit drier then. These are the options on the table within the ECM ensembles today for day 10. Gets to the 18th of October. 16 members of the ECM ensembles have blocking to the north, high pressure to the north, low pressure to the south. Winds are in from the east with that one. 11, again with low pressure to our south, high pressure to our north, blocking away. Winds in from the east with that. Quite unsettled, more southern parts of the country. 10, with high pressure to our northwest and west, low pressure generally to our east and south. That's cool, could be a little bit unsettled as well. That includes the control and the operational run. 6, with low pressure over top of the country combined with northern blocking up here, and that's 8, I should say, and 6 just here with low pressure to our south. Quite unsettled, but drawing up a milder southerly wind. In 2 weeks' time, these are the options that we've got. There's only 2 of them. So 30 members of the ECM ensembles with low pressure to our south, southwest, high pressure to our northeast. It's 23rd of October, by the way. Low pressure to our south, southwest, high pressure to our north, northeast, unsettled and probably milder, bringing some southerly winds. And 21 with high pressure centered over Greenland, low pressure through there, and a trough over Scandinavia. That's going to be colder, I think. That will probably be drawing in winds from the north. That may be the direction things trend in the final week of October, and those ensembles might be a little bit progressive in doing that. Lastly, let's just have a look at CFS-V2. So as I say, we can't show Beijing Climate Centre today, but we can show the CFS-V2. These are 500 millibar height broken down into week periods. The first week period takes us from the 8th to the 14th of October. Coming week with low pressure to the east, high pressure to the west, winds in from the north, going to be cool and unsettled this week. Week 2 is going to be the 15th to 21st of October. Low pressure to our west, again bringing in like a west or southwest wind. High pressure receding back to West Russia, so looking a little bit like that in week 2. Week 3 looks milder. This is going to be the 22nd, 28th of October, with above average heights to our south, southwest, below average heights to our northwest, and drawing up like a southwesterly sort of wind. So that should be a little bit milder there in that week. Then we go through to week 4, which is going to be the 29th of October to 4th of November. High pressure then sets up over to the east of the country, probably starts to turn wind into the east. That will be turning drier, and could be turning a little bit colder as well, drawing wind in from the east. Continental air could start to bring some overnight frost. Okay, that's it. If you enjoyed this video, then please can you give us a like on the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the GavsWeatherVids YouTube channel. We are on our way to 8k subs. When we get to 8k, we're going to be giving away a £30 Amazon voucher in a live stream. So yeah, please subscribe to the channel, click like, let us know in the comments what you think, and make sure you tell your friends about GavsWeatherVids. And if everybody who subscribes brings a friend, we will get to 8k subscribers that much quicker. quicker. And that's it for today's videos. So, yeah, we're going to have the blog update coming up at GavsWeatherVids.com tonight, which you're going to look at the ECM seasonal model, so you get your first sort of idea about what the ECM is forecasting for the winter this month. That's going to be coming up around 7 o'clock this evening. Tomorrow, we've got another 10 to 14 dayer coming up, of course, and it's GWV Friday. Yes, GWV Friday tomorrow, and of course, we'll have a live stream after 10 o'clock tomorrow night, where we will check in and we'll have a few laughs, I would have thought, as usual, on a Friday night. For this one, though, that's all for now, and thanks for watching.